Well, after meeting the Boo Brothers in his first film, everyone's favorite Great Dane, along with his spunky nephew and their human friend Shaggy, prepare to take on a real challenge and, well, helping out a bunch of ghouls at their school and stuff like that. Here's my review of Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School.
Well, this is Big D's entertainment rankings and reviews.
So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doel, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 1988 animated comedy horror made-for-TV flick Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School from Hanna-Barbera, originally airing in syndication as part of the Hanna-Barbera Superstars 10 series. This premiered on October 16th, 1988. Of course, this would be Scooby's second film. Of course, this was the same year when ABC premiered A Pup Named Scooby-Doo. Now, this time around, Scooby, along with Shaggy and Scrappy, are about to head for a school for girls, but it's really for some, well, ghouls and what have you. But anyway, let's get into the story. Scooby Doo, Shaggy, and Scrappy Doo are on their way to Miss Grimwood's finishing school for girls, where they have been hired as gym teachers. However, once there, they find that it is actually a school for daughters of paranormal beings. The pupils include Sabella, the daughter of Count Dracula, Elsa Frankenteen, daughter of Frankenteen Sr., Winnie, the daughter of the Wolfman, Phantasma, usually called Fanti for short, the ghostly daughter of a phantom, and Tanis, named after an Egyptian sea, the daughter of the mummy. Other residents include a disembodied flowing white hand, an octopus butler, a two-headed shark that lives in the school's moat, Legs, a spider that helps with the upcoming volleyball match, Miss Grimwood, the head mistress, and her diminutive pet dragon, Matches. Frightened by this, Shaggy and Scooby are initially hesitant, but they ultimately agree to stay as gym teachers as the girls take a liking to them. At the annual volleyball tournament, well, maybe not tournament, excuse me, match against the boys of the neighboring Callaway Military Academy, the boys rig the volleyball with a remote control, but Scooby accidentally swallows the remote and allows the girls to win instead. The girls' fathers come for an open house party on Halloween night. Though Scooby and Shaggy fear being trapped in a house full of ghosts and monsters, the fathers are friendly and polite, and the party is a success. Before leaving, the fathers warn a fearful Shaggy and Scooby not to let any harm come to their daughters, lest they face severe consequences. A power hungry witch named Revolta and her minion, the Grim Creeper, plan to kidnap the girls and make them her slaves. She starts by hypnotizing Shaggy into taking the girls on a field trip to the barren bog. Matches wants to come along but is told to stay. The Callaway cadets are also at the bog on a hike and get stuck in quicksand, but are saved by Elsa and Tanis. Meanwhile, Revolta spider bats slowly capture the girls one by one as Revolta makes a potion that will turn them evil forever at the stroke of midnight. Figuring this out, Scooby, Scrappy, Shaggy, and Matches, who catches up with them, head for Revolta's castle. Scrappy tries to convince the cadets to join them, but they refuse, believing that the girls stole the volleyball match. Now I'm going to go to the final act and ending. As always, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below. Fast forward to the time below. As I count down now, if you've seen the movie already, please continue. Okay, you've been warned. Arriving at the castle, the gang faces an evil mirror monster that can change its shape to look like evil versions of those who look at its mirror. A giant well dweller and Revolta herself. When the clock strikes midnight, Revolta gives the girls the potion through hair dryers, which instantly takes effect. However, Scooby and Shaggy interrupt the process and accidentally reverse the potion's effect. Elsa then throws Revolta's wand into the potion, which causes to explode. The cadets, having felt remorse for treating the girls poorly and respecting them for saving their lives, arrive in a pale power helicopter and fly everyone to safety as Revolta swears vengeance. Soon afterward, the cadets and the Grimwood girls throw a party celebrating Revolta's defeat and everyone's heroism. Despite being well liked by all their students, Shaggy and Scooby run away in terror when new monsters such as an alien, the Gill Man, and Godzilla enroll their daughters at the school for the following year. As they leave, they see the girls in matches waving goodbye. Shaggy, Scooby, and Scrappy then giving them a last werewolf howl before driving off into the night. End of story. So, what did I think of Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School? Well, it's been some time since I last saw the film, but I will say I had some fun with this film, just about as much as I had with the Boo Brothers film the previous year. I'm gonna say it has a lot of fun moments and what have you, and I do say this kind of feels like a precursor to a future Hanna-Barbera series in Gravedale High, which would premiere on NBC 2 years later. And seeing these ghoulish gal monsters kind of makes you feel like this is kind of feels like a precursor to the Monster High series. You know, actually, in a way. The following October in 1989, it was released on video cassette by Hanna-Barbera Home Video. And well, about 11 and a half years later, it was released again by Warner Home Video. The film was released on DVD and honored the release of the live-action Scooby-Doo film in 2002. Now, I forgot to mention it that, like its predecessor, which I didn't mention. Now, it was released as part of the Hanna-Barbera Superstars 10 box set on Blu-ray from the Warner Archive Collection earlier this year. But I forgot to point this out in the Boo Brothers review. Both of these films have been released separately on Blu-ray as well. Yes, so you can find those films separately or in the box set with the complete other films of the Hanna-Barbera Superstars 10. Years later, the five ghouls of the film made their return in the episode of OKKO, Let's Be Heroes, which was a recent hit for Cartoon Network, which I've never seen, but I've heard of it. They were in the episode Monster Party, which aired in 2018. Though Scooby and Shaggy did not appear, they are briefly referenced, however. So anyway, and they were done by different actresses though. Well, except for maybe a few. I'm trying to see. Yes. Well, three of the original voice actresses actually returned. Now, for our voice acting cast, we got some good ones. Of course, we have Don Masick once again voicing Scooby and Scrappy. They are both still good in their performances. And Casey Kasem as Shaggy once again as well. They're all really good. Next up, we have Glennis Johns voicing Miss Grimwood, whom we sadly lost earlier this year. I just found out, she's been in numerous, well, well, films and TV series. Next up, okay, now here we have for the gals, or should I say ghouls, the voices for the ghouls we have are Susan Blue, who recently voiced Flim Flam in The 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, as well as recently voicing characters in the Filmation Ghostbusters tune and Brave Star. Of course, the same year this came out, she had also appeared in Friday the 13th, Part 7, The new blood. Yes. So yeah, you heard me correctly. Who played Amanda Shepard, the well, Tina's mother. Blue also lent her voice acting work to other cartoons, including the Transformers series, where she had recently voiced, as well as RC. Next up, we have Pat Music, who recently voiced, well, some pretty good characters. Oh, these names just slipped my mind. Okay, yes, Tony from An American Tail, and also did voice acting work in, well, other cartoons before this, including The Smurfs and DuckTales. And also, she had recently done a little voice acting work the in a Hanna-Barbera film that came out before this that same year, and that was Rockin' with Judy Jetson. She voices Elsa. The late great Marilyn Schreffler voiced Winnie. Schreffler did lots of voice acting work for Hanna-Barbera. Let's see. And then voicing Phantasma is the late great Russie Taylor, who of course would go on to voice Minnie Mouse and other Disney characters. And finally, Patty Maloney, who had recently done some work on numerous programs, in well, various TV shows like Far Out Space Nuts, where she was in costume as the character of Honk, the little alien, and also she appeared in Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, the TV show, as well as voiced Darla in Hanna-Barbera's Little Rascals cartoon, and she voiced Tannis. Now, of course, Taylor, Blue, and Music actually returned to do their characters for the OKKO Let's Be Heroes episode. However, Natalie Palamides took the role of Winnie after the death of Marilyn Schreffler, and Kristen Lee took over Tannis' voice after Patty Maloney had retired. So, anyway, yeah. And for other characters, we have Rua Lee voicing Revolta, and Ronnie Shell, who of course voiced Rick Raccoon on the Shirt Tales and has appeared on Gomer Pyle and other shows, voiced the character of Colonel Calloway. There'd also be some other voice actors, including Hamilton Camp and Scott Menville, who had voiced Red Herring on A Pup Named Scooby-Doo, and of course voice god Frank Welker, who would later go on to voice Scooby-Doo. He did the vocal effects for Matches and other characters. Anyway, a month later, there would be the third Scooby-Doo film would follow in Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf, which I'll do a re-review of soon. So I am going to say the story for Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School is pretty good, and it's got some really great characters. They have Sven Lebeck, sorry if I mispronounced the name again, back to do the score, just like the last film. I think it's a spectacular experience. I think you'll really like it. I think your kids are going to like it too. So I would recommend this film to you. Affirmative. So, what did you think of Scooby Doo and the Ghoul School? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, consider clicking the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel. Make it grow, make the views grow. As this will help my channel get more subscribers and all that jazz. And of course, you can feel free to share my vids with your friends if you'd like as well. And next time, I'll be bringing to you another anniversary review, and it'll be on The Grudge. So if you like this, consider checking out these other Scooby Scooby-Doo series and one movie review with in these suggestions. In the upper left-hand corner is the Saturday morning TV log I did on the new Scooby and Scrappy Doo show from 1983, along with the new Scooby Doo mysteries from 1984. The upper right hand corner is the Saturday morning TV log on the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo. And the bottom left hand corner is my recent review on Scooby Doo Meets the Boo Brothers. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.